I'm just saying, yo, Skywalker, bro, do more reactions, bro.
What I look like giving up today, when tomorrow might be the day I win.
Not saying I'm the best at what I do, I'm just...
Walker Gang finna tap into this video right now, you feel me?
Now we are officially witnessing the greatest victory lap we have ever seen in the history of hip-hop as at this year's Grammy Awards. Kendrick Lamar managed to make history like we have never seen, as with the sweep he had with all 5 awards he took home, he didn't just become the first rapper to ever win not just one but multiple Grammys.
Drake literally dissed Kendrick, telling him to like, you know, telling the Grammys to like give him awards, and they literally did that. That's crazy.
With a diss track which in of itself is so legendary, but he has also joined Childish Gambino as the second rapper ever to win in the Song and Record of the Year categories, and now with Kendrick being able to break this barrier down and do it with a record that is channeling what hip-hop is about when it's at its most competitive, this is just unprecedented and something that we have never seen like this before. And now from Kendrick just dominating the biggest award show in music within a way that only few others ever have.
Kendrick is like, he takes calculated steps, bro. He doesn't just move, like, every execution, bro, like, it's well calculated, bro. This nigga has 5 Grammys. 5 Grammys, the same equivalent amount of Grammys that Drake has had over the past 15 years of him, like, you know, producing music and whatnot. This nigga got 5 Grammys in one night. That's crazy. He's wearing a
the way the crowd reacted to Kendrick, something that we have never seen like this before. And now from Kendrick just dominating the biggest award show in music within a way that only few others ever have, to the way the crowd reacted to Kendrick winning these major awards and Not Like Us playing, which featured everyone from Jay and Beyonce to Taylor Swift just all screaming out the lyrics to not just the most impactful diss track of all time, but one of the most influential songs hip-hop has ever seen. What is now clear is that this victory lap for Kendrick is marking just how significant Drake's downfall in the entire music industry is as a whole, and now beyond Kendrick's success, which is just way beyond any beef with Drake at this point, other artists like Taylor Swift and some of the biggest executives in the industry, including the ones Drake is directly suing, made sure to send him a message at the biggest event in the industry that they no longer need him and that his career is really over. But now before we go any further into this,
Drake's career is over? I don't think Drake's career is over. Personally, I don't think Drake's career is over. I think this is a hiccup, but I think he's gonna come back, bro. I think he's gonna come back, bro.
Leave a like and subscribe. And so now with everything that went down at the Grammys, after Drake and OVO have been exposed for trying to stop Kendrick Lamar and TDE from just going on the greatest victory lap they possibly could, and also solidifying themselves as the best label in all of music with all the artists they have right now and the success they are seeing with someone like Doechii, which shout out to her for winning Best Rap Album of the Year. That is a huge milestone and showing just how far up Kendrick and everyone around him is going right now. After Drake and OVO crossed lines that even for them marked a new low, everything that went down with Kendrick, Not Like Us, and the Grammys as a whole is just having even more impact than it ever would, because in an award show like the Grammys, the fact that even in an award show of this scale, and that goes so far beyond the influence of hip-hop, that the voters are recognizing this record for its full greatness, and from the rap categories where it was a clear favorite.
Not Like Us, for me personally, feels like a classic. It doesn't even feel like a diss record, like it doesn't, you know, at all. Like it feels like a joint that I could just bump anytime, bro. Like I don't even think of like it was a whole diss track. That's how vibey it is. And I feel like, you know, every category it won, it, you know, it had to win because it was a good song,
one of the most competitive categories in the entire show, with of course none other than 2 of the big 4 categories in Record and Song of the Year. The fact that Not Like Us was able to hurdle over something that even the greatest rappers before could not, and join a club that only one other rapper has ever been able to achieve before Kendrick, all in all, this is just such a huge accomplishment and really a major milestone in hip-hop history, because if you heard Kendrick's speech, from shouting out legends in attendance like Dr. Dre, Jay, and Swizz Beatz, to shouting out rappers who turned him into the MC we know him as today like Jason Martin and Daylight, and of course bringing things full circle, J-Rock, Absol, and Schoolboy Q. just from the very essence of how Kendrick Lamar took the stage and spoke, which one of the most important things he said was his message to every rapper coming into the genre to respect the art form, which is really more pivotal than ever to say with all of the embarrassing things guys like Drake are doing. Overall, to have Kendrick now leading forward and repping hip-hop on the highest level possible,
I
and
just
managing
feel
to
sorry for
seamlessly
Drake,
bring
bro.
the culture and roots that
Personally,
define this art form.
I feel sorry for Drake, bro. Like, imagine seeing clips from the Grammys and everybody singing that song. And on top of that, you have to deal with another thing that's on the way, which is the Super Bowl. That is crazy. That is crazy.
And its very core seamlessly to such a wider audience is why, beyond his skill as an MC alone, Kendrick is a perfect choice to be the face of rap music going forward, because he can lead the genre to places that it otherwise could never reach, while keeping the art form of all of it intact.
For me, the problem with Kendrick is he's not dropping music, bro. Like, I feel like Kendrick is searching to write his best song yet. Therefore, it becomes a thing where, like, he writes classics, bro. And I think we need a consistent artist
as an MC alone.
You know,
Kendrick
someone
is
to
a perfect choice to
continuously
be the
give us
face of
bangers.
rap music going forward, because
And
he
Drake
can lead
did
the
that for
genre to
15 years
places that it
straight, too.
otherwise could never reach, while keeping the art form of all of it intact. And so now with Kendrick's Sweep proving this, and seeing the entire music industry and the people in attendance just rap the lyrics of Not Like Us within a fashion which is once again showing the actual importance this record is having, despite what Drake and his fans want to say about the song being nowhere near as close to big as the numbers say, beyond seeing all the reactions to this song, which in of itself was so telling about the moment, what everything at the Grammys showcased is that beyond Kendrick winning this beef and how hip-hop feels, from label execs to people like John Lennon's son, who made sure to say to never challenge Kendrick Lamar in a rap battle, to even Taylor Swift, who seemed to be enjoying Kendrick's success and Not Like Us winning so many awards more than pretty much anybody else did. All in all,
didn't Drake shout Taylor Swift in like a song or something? That's crazy. Nah, it must be tough being Drake. It must be tough being Drake lately.
everyone doesn't just love seeing Kendrick win and bring hip-hop to this entire new audience and stage, but from J&B to a lot of others, the way Drake has been treating and messing with so many other people in the industry has finally caught up to him, and we are now at the point where everyone is enjoying seeing the end of his success and his run. And I mean, for this many people to enjoy your downfall, this just doesn't happen unless you create so many problems for yourself. And now what seemed to be the biggest...
Everything is cool with Drake, bro. Like, I think he should just stop talking, bro. The problem is he yaps a lot, bro. Like, he just needs to get in the booth, do his thing, bro. Give us a smash hit that's gonna make us forget about Not Like Us, bro. And I think he's capable of doing that, bro. I think he's capable of doing that. He just needs to get into the booth, lock in, give us a banger. Poof, we forget about Not Like Us. He's back on top. He's back on top just like that, bro. But, you know, at the same time, bro, like, let's see what Kendrick does. Like, I feel like this is Kendrick's season. It's Kendrick era, bro. I'm just worried that Kendrick might take a minute before he releases music for us.
And his run. And I mean, for this many entire Grammys, beyond just Not Like Us winning so many awards and seeing the impact of that, really what was more telling was the fact that Lucien, the head of UMG, which is Drake's label, who he is of course in a horrible situation with all from his own doing, was right in the crowd at attendance.
That's crazy. Lucy? Drake's best friend switched up on him.
And seemingly who he went with and who he was sitting next to the whole time, which really just sent the clearest message possible, was the top artist from the label in terms of what they are bringing in and the success they see. And of course who I am talking about is none other than Taylor Swift. And now with the head of the biggest label in the world and Taylor sitting together the way they were, I mean, in this time where part of why Drake is going after his label beyond being mad about how Not Like Us ruined his image is because he wants to re-sign with them and get an even bigger deal than his last one. And also he wants so many other benefits from them that no other artist has ever had, despite him only seeing declining success year after year. The guy who Drake once called his best friend and Taylor sitting together at the biggest event in music, and in this time where Drake is demanding so much and trying to ruin their name within a way that no other star has ever even thought of. is really sending the message to Drake that when it comes to having the big star who can release music frequently and do so many other things like move all types of merch and perform in the biggest venues possible, that Taylor is the person they need and not him, and anything that she doesn't get, because even she...
I think Taylor's big, bro. Don't get me wrong. Taylor's big, but she's just not Drake, bro. She's Taylor. She's not Drake, bro. You feel me?
Does not have the type of deal Drake wants. He is never going to come close to having. And I mean, from Taylor, who was doing a better job at being a pop star than Drake ever could at his best, to Kendrick Lamar, who was doing a way better job at being a rapper and leader for hip-hop than Drake ever could as well, to even The Weeknd, who performed at this show and showed that he is a better leader for the entire sound of the Six than Drake ever could be. Overall, in this time where Drake has done nothing but embarrass himself with how bad the release of his new music has been, and in a greater sense, how many questionable...
How does it get that bad, bro? Like, what did Drake do, bro? Like, there has to be some sort of behind the scenes type of situation that happened. Cause Drake and Future were like this, bro. Drake and Kendrick were homies once upon a time. So what could have happened to, like, now whereby, like, niggas switched up on him?
Decisions he
Let
has
me
been
know in the
making.
comments.
For everything Drake said he was worth and tried to get across over and over again, which was pretty much all we heard him talk about on records like Scary Hours 3, CLB, and For All the Dogs. Because when Drake was not embarrassing himself on those records by being one of the most uncreative artists out at this point, he just couldn't stop talking about how important he is to the music industry. Fast forward to now, and after actually being checked for all the claims he is making, he has fallen off harder than ever, as from The Weeknd to Taylor to Kendrick. Beyond just losing the rap beef and shaking up everything with the decisions he made in response to it. Because of all of the choices Drake has made, which he has managed to make worse and worse ones at every single corner, he has now just been replaced in every single sense of the word with artists who are all performing to higher ceilings. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the industry and when things never matter more, by the greatest metric, Taylor, The Weeknd, and Kendrick are all stadium artists now, and meanwhile Drake, who wants to be treated better than all of them combined, is still stuck doing arenas. And I mean, the fact that Drake tried to make a joke about Kendrick Lamar winning Grammys on Family Matters, and fast forward to now, and the song that was made in a response to that song gave him 5 whole awards in a single night, which, keep in mind, is the same amount of Grammys that Drake has won during his entire career. Overall, this just makes this moment all the more hilarious, because Drake's diss tracks have managed to look even worse in retrospect, as Kendrick has just made him regret even more of the words he has said. And I mean, with Kendrick Lamar just setting an entire new ceiling on the impact that a diss track can have, and the reach hip-hop can get in general,
like, let's be realistic, guys. Like, did we actually think that Drake would, like, beat Kendrick in, like, a lyrical battle? Like, real talk, did we, like, I knew from jump that Kendrick finna take over, you feel me? I just wish Drake didn't insert himself in that, bro. Cause now it's tarnishing his name, bro. But he finna bounce back. Drizzy finna bounce back, bro.
All the years, it seemed like no matter how good a rapper was and what type of hit record they may have been offering, despite Childish Gambino, who got through this impossible barrier with a record that, funny enough, was originally supposed to be a Drake diss. The fact that Kendrick was able to go up in one of the most competitive years of the Grammys, where labels were trying to use this show to highlight so many other new artists, and specifically pop stars in this category, and yet he was able to hold all of it off and take home these coveted awards. Which again, even the most dominant albums from people like Ye, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and Jay were never able to take in the past. There is no other way to say it, but this is truly the stuff of legends, and is really going to go down as one of the most iconic award show moments we have ever seen from a rapper. And the fact that after this, Kendrick Lamar still has the Super Bowl coming up, where he is just
on its own is just iconic, bro. This is legendary. This is like one for the books, bro. Like 20, 30 years from now, this is still gonna be something that people are still gonna be talking about, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, this was one of the hardest back and forth beefs we've ever, like, witnessed. I'm telling you.
Gonna reach an even higher stage. This just makes everything we have seen at the Grammys seem even more exciting and more promising for the future of what it means for hip-hop. And now with all of this, From Not Like Us sweeping the Grammys, which is just so historic, to Taylor Swift proving that she is the person who has control and friendships with the industry in the manner that Drake has always rapped and tried to convince us about, but as it has actually turned out and we saw what Drake is now doing against them couldn't be further from the truth. Overall, what is clear is that when it comes to Drake and the entire industry, we have really seen the last of Drake, who was releasing the most mid music and was still having it be propped up by the people who benefited from his success. And now from pop to hip hop, it is now abundantly clear that beyond making every single person who is important angry, the people who are now in control are doing better things than he ever could. And for this reason, going forward, we are clearly seeing now that Drake...
Imagine you hear and you put people on and then they exceed you. Like, they excel better than you did. That's crazy, bro. Like, it's like, why did I even bother putting you guys on, bro? Like, y'all switched up on a nigga. That's crazy. I know Drake is mad wherever he is, bro.
Just getting started in terms of its impact on the
I'd
industry.
Be heated
and
too.
Also that the success of a rapper like Kendrick Lamar is only going to go up from here, because if Not Like Us can win these awards like Record and Song of the Year, who knows, maybe we will see GNX win something like Album of the Year at the next Grammys. Because with what Kendrick Lamar is doing, he is proving that with each new thing he does, what is happening across the board is that history is being made. And so now with all this said, let me know, what did you think about the latest Grammy?
Like, what Kendrick did, it's crazy. And this is history. We actually witnessed history. But let me know what you guys think of this whole situation. Make sure you subscribe to like this video, tap in, man. I'll see you guys on the next reaction. LOVE&light. Skaii.